Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, where we are slowly dismantling Angel Star's testimony. So here we go. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? Okay, all the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Star witnessed this crime was here. Okay, so we've got to say where this was. So this is where she said she was. We've proved that she can't have been here because she couldn't have seen the phone due to this wall here, right? So the telephone's here. So she can't have been in cell block B. She can't have been anywhere over here. So, I mean, this is it cell block? Why am I called? I don't know is it cell block? I've been watching some prison architect videos. I don't know if I've just got the cell block term in my head. I can't remember if that's what they call it in this game or not. Weird. Sometimes things just pop into your head, don't they? Right, so anyway, she can't be in B because of that. This is where the actual murder took place. This is the telephone that she's saying she could see Lana making the call from. So, I mean, to get into here, you have to be a member of staff, right? You need like a member of staff card. That's what she was saying. Didn't she say she couldn't get into A at one point because she was no longer in the job? So, I mean, I guess she could be hiding in like one of these, but that doesn't really make sense. It is possible, thinking about it, that she was in the security room, which we know is elevated. So she could have been looking down from the security room, because she did say she has a boyfriend who works in security. One of her many boyfriends, apparently. So I'm wondering if maybe she was in here. This is the only place where she could have been. Security guard room. Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot. Correct. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone, because of her boyfriend, right? Not in this case, Your Honour. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. Yeah, there we go. So it's A block and B block. Yeah, I'm not sure why I was calling it cell block. Yeah, maybe I need to stop watching Prison Architect videos, who knows. Pretty good game, by the way. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. Yeah, because from there she can also see the actual crime scene, so she could see both from there, couldn't she? I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star. ... How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. Well, there we go. I think we've done it. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. That's a good point. It wouldn't change anything. Yeah, that is true. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. Objection! It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. ... Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Okay, fine. I mean, Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? The angle of the view to the crime, the distance to the crime, and the difference in lighting. I mean, would it be lighting? I don't think so. Angle of the view to the crime? Maybe? Let's, can we bring up the map here? Can we have another look at it? So I'm thinking it's either going to be the angle or the distance, I'm thinking. So, oh no, that's not the map. Where's the map? There. So, the angle, actually the angle would be the same, right? Because she said she was up in, I don't know if my cursor shows up on these recordings. Anyway, this top bit here, this is where she said she was parked. So actually the angle is the same because we're just in a direct line there. So it's got to be the distance, I suppose. It's not going to be the lighting. There's no difference in the lighting as far as I know. So the distance? It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Objection! My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. Objection! What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. ... Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? ... Well, witness. You. Yes. God, another lunch. You ordered the squid wheels, right? How many lunches does she have in that bag? Seriously. It's like a classic adventure game inventory. It's just got endless room in there. The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with my fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. What a weird line. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Okay. And then she ran down the stairs and she's already in A block then. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. So how did she do that then? So she ran... No way did she run all the way round to B block and then vault the fence? Is that what she's trying to say? That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. That doesn't make sense. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. Okay, 5 minutes could be key. But 5 minutes? Doesn't make sense to me. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. What the hell? What? You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. What is going on here? Why are we going on about sporks? Would you like another caviar lunch? Not. Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Okay, this has taken a very peculiar turn, talking about sporks and lunches again. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Raise an objection, sit back and observe. Let's raise an objection, then we'll try and figure out what we've got, right? So far, every single time the objection has been the right play, so... 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. Oh, what is going on? I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. This is just bizarre now. A 5 minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honour? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Exactly. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. Well, we don't know, Judge. We don't actually know all that much about you, honestly. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah! Seems like a bit of an overreaction. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. Oh, we didn't even need to provide evidence. That's cool. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. ... Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. Excellent. That was too close. Oh well, that was good. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. Lovely, I love it. And with that, court is adjourned. Yes! Take that cough-up queen. Oh, hang on, hold it. Who? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defence team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. Oh, of course you have. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Is she really bribing the judge with lunchboxes? Woohoo! A triple-decker. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Really, Judge? Come on. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? That sounds slightly dodgy. I know I'm childish, I'm sorry, but that just... I don't know if that's intentional. Decisive evidence, here we go then. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? Of course you didn't. 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was of course the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Okay, well why didn't you just mention that before? What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Oh, this is so bizarre. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? I almost said decisive there. Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. I wonder if this is some, like, weird thing against Edgeworth, you know? Because she's sort of, like, sowing the seeds of doubt about Edgeworth's credibility, right? This whole murder happened right by Edgeworth's car with stuff from Edgeworth's boot. Or trunk, it's called in America. And I'm starting to wonder if she's got some sort of personal vendetta against Edgeworth and she's purposely got him to represent her so that she can actually show him up and make him look corrupt or like he can't be trusted. I wonder if it's actually an angle on Edgeworth as well as like any other people in the department. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention it? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics, of course you do. Of course. In any case, Your Honour, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. ... Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Okay, victim's shoe added to the court record. White enamel shoe. Bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Okay. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Oh god, another testimony. Here we go. Decisive evidence. Fine. So. Did we go through it? Let's go through it again. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was of course the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It is flawless, decisive evidence. It's pretty sly hiding evidence like that. There's nothing sly about a lawyer using the law as a weapon. In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget, scientific investigation is the wave of the future. Maybe I should investigate this evidence a little more closely. That's what I'm thinking. Before we press or anything, let's head into this and take a look. Can we do like the close-up thing on the shoe? Let's give it a go. Yeah, we can. Alright, cool. Well, let's have a little close-up at this shoe then. I'm guessing the only thing we're going to really look at is the blood over here, but maybe on the sole of the shoe as well. This blood, it's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Okay, so Lana's blood is the blood on the top of the shoe, which would mean her blood would have dropped down from above, which, if it was on her hand, a cut on her hand, that would make sense. It would drip down, fall down, potentially onto your shoe or on the floor. So I'm guessing the blood on the bottom, then, is Goodman's blood. Ah! There's blood here, too! On the sole of the shoe, it's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood! It's horrible! This blood might be an important clue. So, this is Goodman's shoe, or is it Lana's shoe? Because obviously someone stepped in Goodman's blood there, so whose blood actually is it? White enamel. Oh, the victim's shoe. Okay, so this is Goodman's shoe. So, he's basically stepped in his own blood, which is why it's on the sole, but then some of Lana's blood has dripped onto the top of his shoe. So, she was obviously in the vicinity of him for that to happen. It could be, right, that he'd already been stabbed. He stepped in his own blood, then Lana's maybe tried to remove the knife if the knife's still in him, and she's then cut her hand in that process and the blood's dropped down onto his shoe. It could be lots of things. We're obviously going to need a bit more information to figure out exactly what's happened there, but for now we are out of time. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons: Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadin, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCom555, Chrissy, Paul James and Zoltes, and I'll see you next time.